As a team coach, not surprisingly, I spend a lot of time working with teams. And one of the things that's coming up a lot is hierarchy management. So hierarchies can arise partly because of your position. So what we find is that people will identify themselves, oh, I'm a band 5 or I'm a band 7. So just because of the position that they hold, that automatically brings with it a hierarchy. Or it could be to do with knowledge hierarchy. So for example, even within the consultant grade, we're finding a difference between how those people who've been in post longer behave towards those people who are newly appointed. And it's assumed that there's a knowledge hierarchy difference between them because of years served. Now the problem with hierarchies is that it inhibits people from speaking up. And that could be in the setting of an error, or it could be to do with around challenging poor behaviours that are in existence. So when people ask me to explain about hierarchies, I normally involve my arm. So what I explain is that this is a completely flat hierarchy where we're all the same. And actually that's not ideal, because if you're all the same, you haven't got anybody leading. The other problem comes if you end up with a very steep hierarchy, and the people then who feel like they're at the bottom of that hierarchy feel unable to speak up. Even if they notice there's about to be an error, they feel unable to challenge the people at the top of the hierarchy. So what we're really aiming for is a metaphorical 15 degrees. Now, we can pivot that so the behaviours at both ends can change. And at the moment, a lot of responsibility seems to be sitting with the people who are actually at the lower end of the hierarchy, and we expect them to be more assertive or learn a graded assertiveness tool, and that's great, but actually we also need to modify the behaviours at the top end of the hierarchy, the leaders. So what we need the leaders to role model is a bit of vulnerability, is to admit that actually they can make a mistake. We need them to ask for options from the people in their team, and we need them to really reward when that option generation or challenge happens so that we're reinforcing that positive behaviour.